I just want to follow on from the video I did previously, where I've shown maybe 4 or 5 examples of signs I've received lately. Like literally, they were all those videos were in quick succession. But what I like about the videos is it gives a visual representation of a lot of the signs I receive, um, and the synchronicities and things. It's just it is what it's my how my life is, and almost like the prophecy over it. So again, it's in no way is it boasting or anything like that. It's literally just giving a window into why I do what I do, how I perceive the world, and things like that. And like I said in that video, it's about for the future. When people see your progress, they'll wonder where you come from, how you achieve that, how did that happen. So I'm showing everything before it happens. And people can see it as delusion until that breakthrough comes, of course. But I've never wavered in the 7, 8 years of my spiritual awakening, for instance. It's a bit like the path I'm on has been relentless. Um, so I'm going to show some ones that literally just come out shortly after, and some that have just only just happened. One, the very last video, I haven't even watched. I've only watched maybe 20, 30 seconds of it, and I just thought, you know what, that's important. So what I've done is I've had to fave them so they're together, but I hadn't favored them before. So do you know what I mean? So they're not. There's no reason as to why they would be sort of so accurate, really, and to very similar. So yeah, I just did it after so I could keep them together. So before I get onto the videos, though, is I'm going to be very busy soon because, like I said, I've had a lot of signs about focusing to get this audio book finished for my recent book that come out in August, September, and really get this next spiritual book. So I got like 4 manuscripts that are heavily developed. Like there's a lot of work in them, all over 100,000 words. So they're like deep. There's a lot of work in those books, and there's a lot I want to add to them. And then there has to be a heavy editing period because I've got to put it all together and make it readable. And I am a bit of a perfectionist. Not saying I'm great. I'm not saying I'm perfect at what I do because I don't think that really truly exists. But I do the best I can, and I'm quite relentless. And as I said in other videos, I've been meaning to take a break for winter, but I'm having huge signs at the moment and a feeling inside me to get on with these books and get that audio book done. And effectively, Spirit wants me to make the spiritual book next. Um, a lot of work there, still a lot of work to add to it, but that's going to be an experience. But tomorrow morning, once I wake up tomorrow, it's like it's all focus is going to be on the audio book and the spiritual book. No more delays in a sense. Still wouldn't expect it out until maybe January, February, who knows. But sometimes I surprise myself. It'd be mental if it come out this month. I don't anticipate it. If Spirit has a plan, it'll come to fruition in whatever way they see it. But that's what I need to be doing. And so these videos, I don't know if I'll be making as many. I mean, I tend to anyway. But I think if I'm going to be that, to be honest, I'm trying to blend things though. So like I've got my gaming content I create because I enjoy gaming and sometimes I share that. But I think if I'm going to be heavily focused on an audio book and writing my next book, because that's a huge section of my time focused on trying to educate and help people. So it's like leading by example. I don't know how much I'm going to want. I don't, in all honesty, the way I am at the moment, where I really want my time to relax, I don't actually think I'll sit and record so much talking because I've put so much. If I'm putting energy in the other side, then for me. It's for the same cause. I need time for me too. So yeah, if the videos dry up, it's because I'm working on the other side. I can't. I'm not an octopus. I can't do the video while I'm writing. I mean, I've done it before. I've shown it actually, where I show the craft of putting that the thoughts to the page. So watch the videos. I may have to skip some a little bit because I've noticed the video could end up being super long, and I don't. That's not really the plan. But we'll see how they go.
Hi, beautiful people. It's Tarot Princess 888 on your For You feed. Today's guide our words. Is out. The Page of Pentacles flew out. There's something coming your way. It's something that perhaps you didn't expect. It's nothing that you would have gotten for yourself. This is what's coming through. But it's going to be a pleasant surprise being brought to you by someone who feels like you need to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Page of Pentacles, first card out. And it's a blessing. This is what's coming through. You wouldn't have gotten this for yourself, so the divine are delivering it to you. It's coming from someone who's sitting in their King of Pentacles, King of Swords energy. Someone who is very, if I may be allowed to say, direct. But this person wants to partner up with you with the Page of Wands. Yeah, they want to partner up with you with the Fool card and the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It feels very much like they know your value. They're taking a risk on you. But this is going to be financially beneficial for you. Whatever project's going to be on offer. Yes, yes. It's going, and because what's coming through, they're taking a risk because of how you stand on business, how you honor yourself, how the divine uses you. It's very clear that this person is very rational, but for some reason, the way your ethereal essence or your divine essence shines through, he can see it. And so it's not mumbo jumbo for him. He knows that adding you to his team is going to be very successful, prosperous. Say less, Holy Spirit. Whoever you are, you're sitting in abundant energy. We love it. And finally, someone has seen your gifts. I think the divine are going to use you to bless this person for using discernment and acting on it accordingly. Confirm the divine are going to use you, Queen of Pentacles, to bless this gentleman. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Any advice to help our beautiful divine collective to navigate this so that everyone involved can enjoy it? Be yourself. Lover's card flew out. I asked for advice so everyone could enjoy it. Be yourself with the Lover's card. That's all you need to do. This opportunity coming your way is going to change the course of your life, the direction your life is heading in. Again, the divine are using you to bless this person. As this person has taken the step to bless you, this is what's coming through. Thank you, Holy Spirit.
I want to make a point before we get further in, because the video, second to last, and the woman spoke about, things coming and the battle between light and dark effectively. It was actually really powerful. I was magnetized. I was getting goosebumps while I was watching the video, and I knew there was something about that. It was quite incredible. And it mentioned about, in the video later on, it just mentioned about the angels are going to war for you. I'm getting goosebumps now. So there's been a lot of obstacles and obstructions. Anyone that sees my content will see I'm barely getting like 10 views and things. It's actually crazy. And the same everywhere I create. It doesn't matter. It's not just TikTok. I thought it was just TikTok, but it's not. It's everywhere. Literally. There is a block on my life, on my ability to be productive, really. But it doesn't stop me creating. And, I've always felt that Spirit's monitoring that. And it's like either they're doing it to keep me hidden before the breakthrough, because they need that, because sometimes, people get success too early and it can get derailed and things. So really, I'm creating the framework beforehand. So if you look at all the books I've done, for instance, and then you get put in the spotlight and you get your breakthrough, it's like there's an immense background there of the work that's already been put in. Yeah, and it's a bit different, I think, when someone gets a one-hit success. It's like you've put the work in for years without that, so you're becoming very stable and strong. So it's said that literally the archangels are going to battle with sort of the devil, pretty much, the dark side. They've had it. It's that enough. You don't pick on. Effectively, they're referring to the high priestess sort of thing. You're one of God's select, and you come here to do something big. Again, getting massive goosebumps as I speak now. And I thought that's some crazy stuff. It makes sense. But at the very end of the video, the woman made a point that, people that have tried to send obstacles and be blocks, and they've been jealous, they've not invested, they've not, you've helped them, but they haven't helped you, sort of thing. That there'll be karma for them. And I think about my family, to be honest, when I think of that. But I don't really care about karma. I don't really care about. I don't think of other suffering. I just get on my own journey. But I think that's the point. Is that some people get so vengeful. The idea that someone has things, even though I've had nothing my whole life, but that's where they've wanted to keep me, and they won't admit it. They don't like the idea of me doing better than them. They've always liked me. They've always felt comfort in me struggling. Makes them feel comfortable. It's weird. So yeah, it'll bother them a lot. And it's weird, isn't it? Rather than be supportive of someone and feel good for them, it's like there's always this competition. Even though they don't say it, they just gossip, and it's like you just leave them in the shadows, leave them behind. And regardless of what happens, it's effectively the life you have is the one you build for yourself. So if you live a life very negative, you're gonna that's what you're gonna manifest, isn't it? So it's up to people how the choices. I just bring it to light, and then it's up to people really the choice they want to make. It's their karma, not mine. But anyway, let's continue with the next one.
I'm seeing, I want to cry with this. I'm seeing people, like, I'm genuinely seeing people who deserve everything that they've ever wanted getting it. And it's just so sweet because I'm seeing some of my friends too, or I'm seeing some of my friends here on TikTok. I'm just like, didn't even shuffle the cards yet. So let's just go ahead and yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Imagine I just like cry the whole reading. Hold on, let me just like get it together. I'm literally seeing it. So, and this is interesting because I just did a reading that I just posted about, you know, like what's gonna happen to TikTok. We don't know. And I had a smile on my face the whole time, and like the whole thing was channeled. And there was a whole lot, don't worry. And then I went to do a new one, and then it was like, I'm seeing some people that I know on here actually make it so much bigger. It was just like, this was just like a stepping stone, if that's all that this was. But I'm just seeing all this like bright, laughing. This is a trauma response.
It is a bit weird because she's talking about TikTok getting banned in America, and I'm not interested in popularity contests. And to be honest, I always said I'm only having one account. I'm not messing about. And then I had this huge poll earlier in the year, and it wasn't because of that. I don't do anything to preempt that or this. I just felt an urge to focus on YouTube. It was like, start building your channel up, because that's more professional anyway. And I started thinking that a lot of social media accounts, they'll go and check YouTube, but they don't check each other. So an Instagram person who doesn't have TikTok, for instance, isn't really going to be curious at TikTok, but they still may go YouTube for other content. So it makes sense to always have a YouTube account. And where she's speaking there about TikTok ban and don't worry, it's like the breakthroughs are going to come in other areas. Like this was a stepping stone and stuff. And it's like, perhaps that makes sense. Maybe the YouTube is where you get noticed. I don't really know. But it's quite interesting, I think.
Obviously, I'm like laughing to like, that could also resonate with you. But yeah, it's not just going to be the people I know. It's going to be some of you watching this as well. Like you're about to get, like this year coming in, I'm seeing like traveling, I'm seeing different countries, I'm seeing first class. Yeah, you deserve it. Literally, 10 of Swords in reverse, High Priestess. You've done so much work, and I just heard bullied. You've been bullied, you've been outcasted, you've been uninvited. I just heard that was intercepted. Uninvited. My chest. Your talent, like you genuinely have a gift, and it changes people's perspectives, and this is why you need to be seen. This is why you will be seen. This is why you are now being put out. I'm seeing like a director getting a cast out and bringing in a new cast. Like I'm literally seeing a director being like, all right, bring them in, and it's like a whole new cast that people are going to be seeing. It's like a wave of people who truly deserve it, and you guys are ready for it. We are ready for it, period. Power, spirituality, those are some words that are knowledge. Those are some words that I'm seeing. And then as I said, knowledge, Queen of Swords comes here. You know what you know, and you have a way of speaking. Another channel, you have a way of speaking. You have a way of talking, even the sound of your voice. People love you. People are gonna love you. More people are gonna love you. They're gonna want more from you. And you will be so supported in this. You will be so comfortable. Everything is gonna be more than okay. Marshmallows could be significant. I'm also feeling like an interesting, like I don't know if you like getting your head rubbed, or if you're currently, that would be interesting if you're currently getting your head like scratched right now, or if that's something that.
I tell you what, that was mental. When that video come on, I was sitting on the sofa and I was just chilling out, and I was just randomly just scratching my head. I don't know why. It was sometimes, I was just scratching it. And she said, "If you're scratching your head right now," I was like, "What the hell?" Like this video's already making sense. And it's like, if you're scratching your head, I thought, oh, God damn. And I've had a lot of synchronicities like that, by the way, where I say a specific word, it'll just be like I'm just saying it, and then boom, that comes up in either in a video or somewhere I'm here. At the same time, I said that exact word, and it's like, my God, this is like the synchronicities are actually outrageous.
You're like, just that's something that you do. We have the world here. The world needs to see you. The world needs to hear your story, and you will be given an opportunity to shine, to truly shine. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Some of these downloads will be coming. You might not know what they are yet, but there's going to be some ideas coming. And you could feel a little bit foggy, and there could even be some of you guys who are like processing other things right now. And this is like, dang, I wish I could be in this space to like believe this or something. Like, it feels like you guys are processing something really heavy right now, but that's like end of the year energy. Some of you guys are, the universe is helping you clear out friend groups. Like, there could be some things being illuminated right now. Your genuine heart is helping this, and that's how you know. I resonate with that as well. Like, you just like move purely, you move from your heart space, and it blows something up in terms of like, oh, you exposed a lie or you exposed something, and you're like, oh, well, God called me to do that, so I guess I'm not supposed to be here. Like, there's gonna be some friends that you find out may not have deserved any of your energy. And then we get the Tower in reverse. It's so interesting because it's not this way. Like, it's not really affecting you. Like, this is how seasoned you are. This is how just good you are. This is why you deserve it all. I deserve it all. Kendrick Lamar, if you've been listening to that, this is why you deserve it all, because you have faith. You have faith. Even when shit hits the fan, even when things seem to be like crumbling around you, you are solid. You understand what being solid is. And you're like, no, I know my God wouldn't fail me. Like, your faith is unwavering. And I don't use that word, unwavering. So, unwavering could be significant. Yeah, Eight of Swords. You're actually being freed from a lot of this negative influence, or people who would have abused you or your name, or abused having access to you in this coming future. Like, so that's a future reading right now of like, don't be surprised if within this month, over the holidays, New Year's, there's like a lot of people being exposed around you for their real intentions, or like just how they really are, because they don't deserve access to what's coming for you, to the abundance coming for you, like the fame, the fortune, the light. And when you get like a +5 to an event, like maybe one of these people would have been invited or something, and it's like, this person could have ruined, this person has to go through shadow work or something. Like, there's gonna be someone. 15 and 35 could be significant. January 5th could be significant, or March 5th could be significant. Scorpio energy could be significant. King of Pentacles, yeah. You're about to be that I'm literally seeing that director just be like, all right, bring him in. And it's all you, and you deserve that. You deserve that. It's all you. You know what I mean? It's all you. Like, you deserve this. You've done so much on your own. You've learned so much. I just saw the word specific permissions. VIP. I love you. I'll see you at the top. I'm seeing you are about to be very, very successful, but I need you to move a little bit in silence. This has come up for some people in private readings recently, so I'm not really surprised this is coming up here. We have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is getting everything you could ever want. I love the 10 of Pentacles, best card in the deck in my opinion, especially the best love card. Then we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. This is doing one thing and saying another. And then we have the Knight of Wands,
having a lot of fun. Creativity is like through the roof. And then Three of Pentacles, which is collaboration, can be coworkers or people you go to school with. So, oh, the princess is here. Hello? Hello? Your dreams and burn your house down. Not really getting that. I just feel like you should be very careful about who you give your energy to and who you spend time with. What? Meow. Meow. We meowed at each other. We scream meowed at each other for a little bit and we're good now. Okay. Anyway, this doesn't feel like the worst reading in the world because you are getting a lot of success, but I need you to be very careful. Like, when you start to do good, when you start to do better, there's always that one person that's like side-eyeing you from like a dark corner in the room, you know? It's Sagittarius energy here. Okay, so what success is coming in? I don't want to focus too much on the negative. What success is coming in? I really like this overall energy. It's giving mysterious. It's definitely giving moving in silence. Overall, we have the Devil reversed and the Death card. The Devil. I think this is you releasing devilish behaviors, whatever that means to you, bad habits, addictions, whatever, even like bad thoughts or negative beliefs about yourself. And the Death card is transformation. So those things are being like completely erased from your brain. Then we have the Seven of Cups here. Lots of options. Yeah, you have a lot of people who are going to be knocking at your door. You know, celebrities always talk about like, I didn't actually think about, I saw, what influencer did I see talking about this the other day? I think it was Brittany Broski. She was like, I'm definitely putting words in her mouth, but like, it was something like, you don't really expect people to like constantly try to like ask you for something or like be in your energy, but like once you hit like a certain level, it's like, so these people just come out of the woodworks. I'm definitely like paraphrasing super hard, but I can't even remember what interview this was, but she definitely like touched on that and I was like, that's really interesting. I don't know, it's just really, you don't think it would happen and then it does and you're like, wow, okay. So don't fall for it, especially if you haven't talked to these people in a long time or if you know for a fact that they're just using you. Like, just send it away. I send it back. We have the World in the reverse, which is unfinished business. So yeah, I think that these two together are just people with unfinished business or people who try to make up unfinished business to get back into your energy. We have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords. Though, oh my gosh, your emotional intelligence and your intuition is going to improve so much. Like, you feel like the most mature person ever, which oh my God, I always say this, especially with the United Healthcare guy being pew-pewed in the middle of Manhattan or whatever. I always say this, you can get the best grades, you can be the best marketing person or the best businessman in the entire world, but if you don't have emotional intelligence, you are dumb as fuck. If you don't know how to treat people, it will be your downfall. It 100% will. And obviously, I don't know what's gone down with that man, but I thought that was a really good example of like when you don't treat people very well and you just let shit happen to really good people, even though you have some power, it will be your downfall 100%. And I feel like you are not all about the money. Like, obviously you're going to have money. That was implied by the Ten of Pentacles, but that's not why you do things. That's not why you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful because you have a genuine understanding of humanity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I think that's it. Have a good night.
You are an enigma. Do you know what that is? You move in mysterious ways, darling, okay? And people are intrigued. They want to know more about you. I hear that you move in silence, that you move with grace, And you might even think that you're more open than you actually are. But you are quite the question mark, okay? People haven't got you quite figured out. Wow, wow, wow. I see why. What is up, guys? It is Christina, the Tarot Reader, and I have a reading for you. I see that you've been so focused on your dreams and everything that you want to achieve in this life that's almost been like your focus, your bullet focus. That's where you're going, that's where you're heading. And you just happen to move about in this way, okay? You don't broadcast it. You follow your intuition. I get you as someone who is
Like, there are parts here where it doesn't quite match, but I think it's just her interpretation of it. Again, it's a general reading for a very large group of people, but I got the consensus within it. So she mentions about like you keep it to yourself, and I don't, because I share, because I'm trying to help people really just follow their own dreams, put the time and energy where it's useful, and don't make excuses, things like that. So if you see someone on the verge of their success, it's been a long period to get there. And it's like, if you want to be successful, it's invest in yourself at all costs. You can't guarantee the success comes at the end of the day, but it's better to have tried and never made it, I think, than just give up. You never have a chance. But it's more the fact that it just builds you up. So even if you don't get a tangible success, you're already successful in yourself. And I think what she alludes to within this, rather than not broadcast, when you're saying you're not broadcasting it, I think it's the fact that I just don't allow many people within my actual energy. So I'll help and I'll broadcast, but I don't have many people that I allow to influence me. Yeah, and there'll be many people that just gotta make sure the battery's plugged into that, I think it is. Yeah, there'll be people that are confused because they're not actually in my actual life. They just see pockets, and then they see the success, like they see the outcomes. So, for instance, where I say I'm going to be working on my next book soon, to other people, maybe they don't see the video where I said that, or maybe they have seen the video that I say that, and then maybe in 2 months' time it releases, and they're like, "Well, bloody hell, that come out of nowhere." It's that constant strive for success, that determination. I always invest in myself, always invest in my dream, and it is relentless. And I think that's really what she alludes to, is the fact that people don't actually have a personal window into my life on a day to day. They get the video content, but not actually in my life.
a bit more internalized, okay? You're not broadcasting your dreams. You're not broadcasting the things that you want for yourself. I see like a very graceful approach. You just kind of contemplate them and you think about it before you start your day, and then you go into your day and you know what you want. Well, this is something that you may have been keeping in secret or keeping in hiding, or something that, was something that's very isolated to you and hidden to the rest of the world. I see a change in time, okay? I think the mysterious enigma is going to step to the surface and really come in sweeping in with the tornado, okay? I think your dreams are going to be realized. The wheels of fortune are turning, and we have tides coming in. So let's see what's coming in store for this collective.
I'm not going to keep stopping. The reason I just want to say this part, it seems strange to me that Spirit really wants me to get this book out. Now, I've had my own tarot cards. I have my own feeling. I know they want me to focus on the book next, and it has to be focused now. And sometimes I don't understand why that is, but I follow it anyway. Then I have a little bit of a deeper think. And I think all the signs are pointing to a huge breakthrough coming. And I think personally, either the book is a huge part of that breakthrough, or I'm going to be so busy going forward that now is the best time for you to get this book finished. Because there's the other books, the other manuscripts personally that's in development. Yeah, they can be finished at any of them could come out at any point. It doesn't even matter if it's a year or two, even though they would exist. It's like it can happen anytime. But I think for some reason they want the spiritual one existing, and they also want me, I think, to be ready to. I think because it makes sense if you're going to get a breakthrough come. I don't want to go to a breakthrough and then get in the back of my mind, yeah, but I've got to do my books. That's holding me back from taking an opportunity. Because if I'm focused on the book at that period, I might say that's the priority, when really they need me to take the opportunity in whatever way that is. The pieces come together as supposed to, and in a year's time, I'll look back and go, oh, yeah, I understand how that all worked out. In the moment, it's frustrating because you're like, why making me do this? Why can't I relax? There's a big reason for everything,
Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I mean, literally everything you want. And I see that you're going to be able to appreciate it and be able to cherish it on this level where you're really gracious, okay, in your approach. You're very considerate. You're very thankful. There's nothing about you that's coming off hostile or ego or ungrateful, okay? I really get the sense that you'll be handling this in a really gracious way. You're really humble about this. You've been asking for this. This might be something that you've been manifesting, but I really get the sense that this dream's coming into fruition, okay? It's like you're stepping into what you're meant to be, like where everyone thinks you're a mystery and a recluse and you stick to yourself and you can't get much out of you. It's like, no, you're just really focused and disciplined and you don't like to talk about things until they've happened. And that's not an unrealistic thing or an unfair thing to think, okay? I think that that's actually quite rational, and I think this is moving you towards your, towards your goals. And yes, it might cause shedding some ties with other people, okay? But these are the deaths that are necessary. These are the ties.
One thing I will say is, although I talk on camera about like the things that I prophecy and all these things, I talk in my private life. I have a handful, like my mum, my daughter. I have personal like they know my journey, they know my life. People I don't have, like even just other family members, if I don't feel they're on the same wavelength as me or they have the same, I guess, understanding or belief system, I don't waste my time explaining it to them. I just haven't got the time or energy for it. I've got no interest. So those that are not in my close circle, who I trust and feel that I would understand what I'm talking about, I don't waste time with. So if a breakthrough comes off the back of everything, it's like they'll be surprised, won't they? Because they didn't see the journey so much, because they weren't included. And I think really that's probably what she's alluding to a bit as well. I think within that, because it's going to surprise people who are not aware of my growth and my journey and my beliefs.
Ties that you need to cut, and you might even feel it too, okay? Where you've always withheld your energy, I don't think it's for no reason, okay? You don't entertain small talk, you don't entertain the mundane because it's one, not worth your time, but two, it's like, you know, these people, are they here for a season or are they here for a reason? And
I keep saying I'm going to stop. I will stop. It's just that even within my family, for instance, we're so different. I'm not really a drinker. Sometimes I'd have to, like, I'll go for a drink with people, with family, but it's rare, and it's not something I would do habitually. So if, let's say, you went to the pub with them, you'd go once, and then they'd have so much fun with you, and they'd be like, "Oh, you coming next week?" "Oh, no. Oh, come on. It's, I don't give in to peer pressure though. For me, it was at that one moment. That's not my lifestyle. I don't live like that. But to them, it's like, that's life of the party. We want you to come all the time. It's like, yeah, but I don't live the way you live. That's not my life. I've got bigger goals for me. And I think there's a lot I can achieve without losing myself entirely. And I think that's what it talks about a little bit there, is just, sometimes you just have a different lifestyle. Like my family are more focused on that side of things, quite negative, low vibrational. So they just drink all the time, gossip all the time about each other. It's just loud. It's just all this other stuff. And it's like, that's really what I've been pushing away from. So they haven't had my time and energy for a long time. I've pushed away for a good few years now, and it's been gradual push, because to break away from family, it's not easy. You don't just click your fingers, it's a process. And it's not like you intentionally started that process, but the more you started to invest in yourself, the more you start to look around you and think, really, who cares? Who's in alignment with what you're doing and who you are and who you're becoming? And if they're not, then you have to finally let them go and say, look, I'm investing in myself. They'll just, all they're interested in is an old version of me. And they don't understand or care about the new version, because the new version doesn't appease really their lifestyle. So it's things like that. So anyway, it's just evolution, really.
some of these people are just here for a season. Yeah, I really get this independent energy from you. It's like, you've been working on this for a while. This has been your fucking dreams, okay? And you have this kind of logical approach. You have a practical approach now, which is garnering you to success, okay? The way that you manifest, the way that you're able to internalize things is your superpower. So actually your enigmatic sense about you is actually what's your superpower. You thrive in the shadows. You thrive in the cavernous little concaves of a cave. And that's where all your dreams are coming into fruition. And if it feels like the wheel of fortune is turning, best believe it is. And it's turning in favor of these dreams and everything that you want to achieve with them.
Yeah. Before we go on to the next video, yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. I've been very, like, if you hermetized, if you like, freaking isolated. And even I find it mental. So, like, I could be indoors for weeks. And then sometimes you have to go out and do something. You go, I like this. You know, you forget what it's like sometimes to be outside. It's weird. And it's just a time thing, you know, and what you've got to achieve. So, you know, I might integrate between both worlds, if you like. But once I'm home, and I've got projects in mind and things to achieve, I'm just so focused on it. So it could go months and months on end where just people rarely see me, you know, people that know you. Certain people will, but the others not so much because I'm so focused. It's like right now, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's the winter, you know, you Christmas shopping, all sorts of things. Instead of just getting it delivered, it's like I'm getting it delivered. Like I just said, I'm just going to start on I finish this book. The book's going to be a couple of months at least. Like I'd say a couple of months, not at least. I think it'd probably take me a couple of months. Maybe February release. It may be soon. I surprise myself, but to do that, it's like I'm going to keep myself home, of course. And it's like you've been home a lot, you know. Like I said, when I step outside and do things, it's like, oh, I like this. But then it's like, yeah, but once you're home, it's like now I've got things to do though, and it's like it's not my. It's just the process right now. I've got things to do. It's the priority. Whereas other people will prioritize maybe just having a good time and things like that. And it's like I'm in a very serious stage of my journey at the moment, which is quite interesting. That it alluded to a previous video where it said about someone's entering your life to help you lighten up and have a good time. And it's like, oh, that's interesting because I kind of need that. Because on my own, I'm just going to keep working at the moment because that's the phase I'm in. But some people may consider themselves a distraction, so they just keep themselves away. But sometimes they don't realize that actually they're being guided to you to help break you free just for a little bit. We'll see how life turns out, you know. But yeah, I don't feel bad about anything because it's like I'm in a creative period of my life, and it's the time for creation. One thing to put into perspective, if we're going to talk about like when they say about wealth and riches and stuff. Now, like I say, like as they said there, I don't do it for the money. It's not what I'm doing it at all. But when you put money into it, it makes something makes sense. For instance, let's say I make £5 profit per book. Let's just say, if it hypothetically, it depends what I price the book at. Let's say I put a £5 per book. And let's say you one day, I know it's mad because people I speak to think it's outrageous. And I've never felt it's outrageous at all. I've always felt it's actually possible. Let's say you sold 1 million copies of a book. Well, if you're making £5 royalties, that's £5 profit because it's not cost me anything to make the book. It's just my time and the sacrifices I've done to get there. So yeah, it's cost me because of other incomes. Maybe you're not earning because you're doing that. But either way, let's say I don't want to work on a book right now. I want to just chill out and relax. And you never write it, for instance. That's nothing. You're guaranteed to generate no income. But you take the time out and you follow the path that you're supposed to do, and you do this book. Now again, not doing it for the money, but it's nice to have money. Let's say you get £5 profit per book, and you sell 1 million copies. That means that this winter period where I spent a month or two to get it done, in the future, not today, in the future, that book could earn me £5 million. If you sell 1 million copies, it's £5 million, isn't it? £5, 1 million, 5 million. Now do that for all the books. It's like all of a sudden your world is changing. But because they're not selling rapidly at the moment, people just think it's a lost dream, you know? But it's like, I'm investing in myself all the time. And one day when a breakthrough comes, you don't know the potential of it, you know? So the sacrifices at some point, maybe they will be tangible and it will be worth it in a financial sense. But of course, for more than that. But there is that side of things. And that's where people will be jealous, of course. But it's like, yeah, but you was pissing about, drinking, doing whatever the hell you're doing, gossiping about each other, causing absolute chaos, being jealous, while I was focusing on myself and following my dreams. So it's up to people the choices they make, you know? On to the next one now.
You're seeing this on December 6th, then this reading is for you. There is someone who's been thinking about...
I'm not going to go on to this one. I was going to show it, but I don't see the point. It's only 2 minutes long, but we'll leave that one.
What is happening in the background? What is the potential outcome? And what is this subject about? So Spirit, for the viewer, may we have a look and see what is happening in the background that would be helpful for them to know. what would be helpful for the viewer to know? Straight away, we have the Eight of Cups. What is the potential outcome? Spirit, can we please have a look for the viewer? What is the potential outcome? Oh, 2 cards. We have got the Page of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. And Spirit, what is this subject about? What is this theme and subject about? For the viewer, please. We have got the Wheel of Fortune. This is so beautiful. I love this for you. This is about something that is fated and destined. There is a shift and a turning point. And I don't know who else has felt it, but I have felt such excitement for this coming year in 2025. This is saying that God, the universe, your higher self, whichever terminology you prefer to use, are putting everything together for you. And when we get to the potential outcome, you will be able to hear about the magic that truly is happening for you at this time. What is happening behind the scenes is that you are being called to your higher purpose. And this may be requiring you to leave certain circumstances or people behind. Moving has come up for this particular collective many times, and this could absolutely be talking about a location change. Let me bring this card closer to you. Can you see that there is a path that is being presented for you? And you may not know all of the adventures that you are going to have on this journey, but they are moving you in the direction that you ought to be going. The potential outcome is beautiful. The Page of Cups to me always the wild card of tarot and saying to expect the unexpected. This is a card that speaks of surprises and that of miracles. Cups within tarot speak of love and emotions. To me, as I look at the combination of the cards that we have here, it very much feels like you are being called on a path. And you know that this is part of your destiny. But in order for it to be completely fulfilled, it is going to need some sort of divine intervention, which of course is showing up here for you. The entire universe is conspiring for this to happen for you. This may be something that you have dreamt of since being a child. Or for some, this may be a miracle child. The potential outcome is speaking of collaborations. This is talking about teamwork and shared goals. In career, this could be talking about completely unexpected proposals and collaborations, where someone has picked up on your skills and your talents and is creating a wonderful opportunity for you. In a relationship, this is talking about stable and loyal commitments, where you are both working together for a desired outcome. One of my personal meanings for the Three of Pentacles is that of a home. Again, this is something that repeatedly comes up for the collective. The home, the loyalty, the commitment, the working together. This is such lovely energy for you. So what is happening in the background? We have the Ace of Cups, the potential outcome. We have the Devil. Interesting. And what is this subject about? We have the Queen of Cups. She showed up yesterday. The Queen of Cups is highly intuitive, and therefore it is saying to listen to your own intuition. At this time, you are probably having to go with the flow, knowing that all of these things are happening for you, and yet not quite knowing how yet. Because the how still feels like there are some miracles and some unexpected events that are going to take place prior. to this fully unfolding, with the Ace of Cups happening in the background. You may really be on your game with your self-care and really delving deeply to your whole soul knowing. Aces show new beginnings and new possibilities. So behind the scenes, there are some new opportunities that will be coming forward. The combination of the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups would equate to the Nine of Cups, which speaks about wish fulfillment. To me, it very much feels like you and the universe are very much in alignment with one another. Your mindset is strong and you know exactly what it is that you want. And these thoughts are being radiated out into the universe.
To make a point, I had a reading last November with a very good medium I talk about a lot. And we was asking about how roles, because we both understand our prophecy, got a very big purpose, which I'm aware of course. So these are just really pointing towards the next phase beginning, but I'm aware of sort of how high it's going to go and what I'm going to need to be. And we asked then that potential, what your potential is, and it was very high. And then we said, okay, so like, in terms of like right now, bear in mind that was a year ago, what card would represent leadership qualities or something? And I had the Queen, I think it was the Queen of Cups. I think it was the Queen of Cups. Anyway, it's a Queen. So it's still very powerful, very strong, very confident, but there was still more you had to learn. It was more about, I think, I could be quite logical sometimes, or emotions get away, but it's like you had to merge all of it, So I had to grow a bit more. And at the time, I thought, I've been on my journey for so long, like I'm ready, man. And I recognize even over the past year, I've completely grown and embraced this journey even deeper. And I've become more solid in it. So, like when I get confirmation like that now you're in alignment with the universe. You're literally both on everything's like on the same level now, and it's like that shows me that it was a year of positive work. The work I've put in has been positive, and that's been great. If, for instance, me and this person, we went our separate ways, and they said that Spirit says your path is now going to get harder, but they're going to support you. They're going to support you through it. And I thought, I don't know what that means, but it don't sound great. But yet we've survived through it. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year, an awful lot of learning, and it's been me integrating with Spirit and building that connection ourselves without someone educating me on it or anything. It's like I'll just do it myself then, and it's like fine. I embrace it, so where it says you and the universe are on the same level now, that's it. For me, that's actually beautiful because it shows I've put the work in and I've done what they needed me to be where I am right in the right time for them. So I'm very proud, like deeply proud.
You are at one with your purpose and your destiny. The potential outcome here as the devil is so very interesting. In combination with all of the other cards that I see, it just doesn't seem to fit your energy.
I'll just quickly, I'm not going to keep doing it. Bear in mind, I was the Queen of Cups last year. This time last year, back in November, I was Queen of Cups. And now every time I pull the cards and I'm asking Spirit questions, I'm the Empress, which the Empress is actually all of the Queens. And then I've also get a High Priestess a lot, which is very spiritually gifted, in tune with Spirit, of course, Source, but intuition and all of that. So you literally the High Priestess and the Empress, and that's a very powerful place to be. Very nurturing, very grounded, very stable. The growth that just epitomizes the growth in a year. It's shocking.
Or the energy of this reading. And I've got two possible suggestions as to why this devil card showed up. When you have a divine calling or a mission or a purpose, there can be other entities that come in to challenge your purpose. And often these can feel like setbacks. Usually when you experience this type of opposition, it is when you are very close to success. My mom and I would talk about that when I was a child. We knew that when things got really tough, then there was something really wonderful just about to happen. The second possible outcome that I had thought of is of others and how they may wish to keep you bound, not really wanting you to have the amount of success that you are going to have. I just really don't feel like this is your energy with the beautiful cards that we have surrounding it. What I really feel is that in the background things are really being set up for you. The combination of the Eight of Cups moving towards your mission and your purpose, the Ace of Cups talking about these beautiful new beginnings, and the subject being what you are fated and what you are destined for. And with Queen of Cups, you having this deep intuitive knowing that you are being drawn on a certain path. Every cell in your body may know that this is coming for you. And you may understand that there needs to be some sort of divine intervention here with this Page of Cups. What shows up for you may not come in exactly the way that you anticipate, but there are others who are on their way and are coming to help. And these could be with financial resources or proposals and commitments. As always, this is a collective reading and therefore it is not meant to resonate with everyone. I would love to invite you at this time, if you feel that you are going to be affected by the TikTok.
You are being positioned to a higher status.
Right, I'm going to show some of this video. I mean, it's 3 minutes. Hopefully we can get through it. I couldn't get through it myself because I don't like people that shout. I can't handle it. It does my head in. So I'll put out with it as long as I can. But the message was clear.
Lord has chosen you out of other people. He says you are his royal priesthood, the one that he called out. God says in this season of 2025, he says you are going to come into a land flowing with milk and honey. He says you are literally going to have houses that you did not build. You're going to have vineyards that you did not plant. The houses that you are going to possess will already be furnished. The Lord says he is raising you up among your bloodline because he wants to let people know that he called you. He says he wants to let people know that he chose you. People look at you now like you are broke and you are lost and you don't have anything. But the Lord says he had to allow you to go down so he can raise you up and get the glory. Because one minute they're going to see you broke and the next minute they're going to see you wealthy. God says in this season of January and up, he is about to turn a lot of things around in your life that looked dead. God says the way that you are about to take, he says the reason why you've been pivoting and had to go different directions is because he's getting you on the path to success.
Well, we'll leave it there. I had to take the headphones off because she gave me a headache. I've already listened to her a little bit before, so it just gives me a headache. Yeah, I don't like being rude, but I don't think you have to get your message across by shouting. I've got far more control over my voice and control of myself. And I think there's too many people that just they raise their voice, they elevate themselves, and they just get in your face and they try and dominate a space. And I don't think you should need to do that. If you've got confidence in yourself, you should better have confidence in the way you speak. You shouldn't need to be dramatic. And I don't like it, to be honest. So if anyone's ever dramatic, I tend to look away. So there's no need for that. You could have delivered that without shouting, and I would have listened. But I know it works for some people. It don't work with me.